I was in a car accident. I was hit by a drunk driver when I was 21. So I came out of it with, my leg was broken in 3 places and it shattered my ankle. When they casted me, the only way they could, because of the shattered ankle, was with my toes down and my heel up. So I walked that way for 20 years. At 40, they decided that the arthritis, by that time I was actually crawling upstairs and going down on my butt and things like that because it had gotten so progressively worse. At 40, they decided they needed to fuse the ankle. So now they put me at neutral, which means your heel is now down on the ground. Well, after 20 years of walking the other way where my heel was up, now my heel was down. So it was much better walking. It was exhilarating the first month, but then it started to make differences in how my hips and my left knee started to compensate because for years it had been doing something different. So I'm now 60. It has definitely made a difference in my life, but it's a matter of where I still have tremendous pain. I still limp. I still have hip and back problems, and my left knee is to the state where it might need at some point an operation. I'd gone to chiropractors in the past. What I had noticed was that sometimes they could help my back a little bit, but there was no difference in how I walked. There was no difference in long range type of feelings. Dr. Bruce treated me, and within the first 5 minutes, first he has you stand at a mirror and facing the mirror, and I could feel myself leaning forward. I can't stand in that type of position. He treated me, and not only was I now solid, it was a matter of where I had such balance to myself, but it was also a matter where my feet actually feel like they're planted on the ground. I feel like my body is where it should be. Whatever he's doing is getting me to the position that I need to be in, as opposed to just trying to relieve a symptom. And it is a process. I am getting there. There are things that he was able to do last night that made a difference that weren't able to be done, last week. And he was able to tell me exactly what bone moved that hadn't moved before and show me where it was and explain it. There are steps that he does that I haven't gotten to yet because my body's not ready for it yet. But yet he's explained it, and it's a matter of where I've certainly seen other patients go through it, but he takes everything personally for you, and he explains as much as you need to know about it. So it's always getting better, and it's making a difference to how I breathe. It's making a difference to how I walk. It's not just the functionality, it's the ability to enjoy. I might push on and do stuff prior to this, but when you're hurting, you don't enjoy. Bruce will treat you, and you will come in, and I have a definite problem where I slouch. And I found myself being more upright, and in that way it also gives you the ability to breathe better, and so that was different. But for me, with my leg difficulty, I noticed that right away. I noticed that I almost felt taller. It sounds strange, but it was a case of where I definitely felt a difference in my legs. The treatment was such that it made it easier for me to walk right away. My mom has been in and out of the hospital or rehab since January 19th. So August, it's a case of where it's been a lot of stress, it's been a lot of strain. I get her dressed, I get her into bed, I get her out, I deal with all of that. I lift her wheelchair into the car to go wherever, plus the walker, just in case, and things like this. I never could have done that before. I also see what a difference it makes to the rest of our patients too. I get to hear their stories. It's a very nice group of people who come. It's a very family-oriented situation, and we all know each other.